So glad to have you with us, Mike. In the booth, off we go from MetLife Stadium. Here's Smith to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out. They're led out by the NFL's most valuable player in 2024, at quarterback, Josh Allen.
He's coming off a really nice 3-touchdown performance in last week's win, Mike, but outside of that one errant throw, he did a really nice job of protecting the ball and was seemingly in control the entire game. This defense all week, they talked about trying to bait him into making some mistakes, so he's got to be careful about falling into the trap. And if he does that, I'll tell you what, I really like their chances.
He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll run here with the rookie.
Number 35, the ball carrier.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Third down and 11.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. He'll let this go. Deep shot for Atwell. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown Chargers. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Price now to return it. He'll get this past the 20, before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
And he'll get this ahead, gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to run it here, and it's Chubb. And he is going to have a Jets first down. Able to convert. It's 3rd and short, and they pick up 4.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. His receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 21 on that one. And the Jets have a first down. First carry now for Jaden Blue. They'll stretch him out to the sideline, but he'll be taken down for a loss.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Back to throw. Open man is Royal. He's got it. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. The Chargers offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. Down at the 21. A gain of 1. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the gun, here is Allen. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
13 yards on the play. And the Chargers, first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, throw here for Allen. That's hard. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. It's a big one for the Chargers. A gain of 57 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, LA. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his first NFL touchdown.
Tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
Makes the score Chargers 14, Jets nothing.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Deontay Hardy now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready for their second possession. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. We'll begin with a zone read. Oh, and he is depleted on that one. Picked up, thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 5.
He'll drop to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pass play good for 22. Good for a Jets 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Jets.
Here's Chubb. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Christian Benford brings him down. Injury on the field, and it is George Kittle who is in some discomfort. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll look to throw. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Jets. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some...
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
The kick is good. Makes the score Chargers 14, Jets 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. And he's had an early impact on this game. Sensational start. And you know they're going to be looking his way more as this game goes on. They go play action now. Here's Allen. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the gun, here's a handoff. He is met and dropped. Couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Tackle back at the 26-yard line.
So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Chargers out to the early lead. More from MetLife Stadium after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter. It is 3rd and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. And that'll set up 4th down. So 4th down, they'll hand it over to A.J. Cole to punt it. Back deep, Deontay Hardy. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Jets offense and receiver Nico Collins set to take over. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll spot the 4 Longhorns. Gunnar Helm. He's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run it straight ahead with Chubb. And he'll have a Jets first down as he gets past the 35 to about the 37.
And the Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Once again, it's Chubb. And he'll get forward for a triple. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Chris Paul Jr. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Royals. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. And the Jets have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10.
Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Chubb takes his hand out, running left. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down. He'll try to run for it, and he's going to be stopped well short of the first down. Gain of 6, but it brings up 4th down.
6 yards.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Jets are back within 4 at 14 to 10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Gesicki, the man in motion. They'll throw on first down with Allen. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Now a stretch play, running right. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL. I understand it's third down and the quarterback's trying to make a play, Mike, but if you're going to make a dangerous throw on third down and you're going to force the ball into tight coverage, at least do it past the sticks. Try to pick up that first down and maintain possession. He tries to thread the needle. Ball falls incomplete, and now brings up fourth down.
So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll work this out to the 23. Nick Scorton there to make the stop.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. It's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. On the zone read, they hand it to Chubb. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Nick Scorton in for the sack. He registers number 14 on the year.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Allen. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. That one caught by Wilson. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the 1st down.
A gain of 8. And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he skips away nicely for that first defender. It's a pickup of 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. 3rd down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Allen. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on to punt for the Chargers. return, a pass, the 15-yard line. The Jets offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Nick Scorton working his way in to earn his 2nd sack of this first half.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
Gain of 26 yards. That's good for a Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Hill brought in motion. They'll begin here on the ground. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Allen to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. That one into the hands of Atwell. The Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Again, it's Allen to the air. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Quick throw on the RPO is complete, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And while the play results in an incompletion, I think these are the type of decisions from a young quarterback that you're okay with. If the play's not there, if you don't feel good, throw the ball away, don't turn it over, and let's live for the next play call.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The Chargers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Chargers.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. RPO quick throw, grabbed by Wilson. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd down.
I'll give on the ground.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
The Chargers get set to kick it away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Nearly a good one. And hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback. The Jets offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Taken down back at the
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
It is 3rd and long. Back to throw. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Chargers offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Allen. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Allen. This ball batted away. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. He'll find Gesicki over the middle. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Royals. He's got it. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain
3rd down. They need 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. On comes the punt team now for the Jets. It's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chargers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. A tight end in motion now. Drive will start on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
At the 30-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Allen now on 2nd down. Finding room at midfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Chargers 1st down.
Josh Allen on the bootleg. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Jets 42-yard.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
Kyle Kennard. A 1-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. Atwell sent in motion here. On 3rd down, it's Allen. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. Second down and 8.
At the 32-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's caught over the middle, it's Wilson. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. Handoff as they try to run it here. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line.
Second and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
They put Smythe in motion. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Is good. Makes the score Chargers 21, Jets 10.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Price now to return it. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 6.
At the 27-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a second and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. Here's first and 10.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Jets.
Now they'll set up to throw. That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete. Second and 10.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
He'll look to throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down. We're all set to kick this one away. The head coach of the Chargers, their former QB as well, Jim Harbaugh, his offense goes back to work. And it's looking all the more likely that a fifth straight win is going to be in the cards. They're trying to run some clock here, and they'll start this drive first and 10. Up the middle they go. And he'll get about 5.
Number 35, the ball carrier. The tackle made at the
Here's
24-yard
second
line.
and 4 from the
6-yard
24.
pickup brings up second and 4.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now third
It's third and 4. From the gun, throw here for Allen. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Jets offense make their way out to take over once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the 41.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
First and 10 at the 48.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That's another Jets.
Set to go now on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Back to the air one more time. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Prodded his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
He'll let this go towards the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Was great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down. So a big spot for Austin Seibert. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. That was an incompletion.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
For Stephon Sullivan.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete right side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. He'll tuck it and take off.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7.
At the 43-yard line.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He runs with it. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick. Picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And he just continues to show the ability to extend drives with his legs. It's not something people immediately bring up when they talk about him, Mike, but as we've seen, he's more than capable of making something happen whenever the opportunity presents itself.
By Brian Cook. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 11. A run up the middle with Chubb. And he is not going to get away. Might have got the yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 9.
He'll drop to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. His throw left side is complete. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route deck...
Oh, the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
It's first down, and they'll run. Jets are going to use their third and final timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 22-yard line.
Play action. It's Allen. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
It'll be a pickup of 10, and the Chargers have the first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Chargers.
Now a give up the middle. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Second down, they need 7. Run a little inside draw with their fullback. And he's going to have the first down. Mark him at the 45 and move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers, and make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Goal. That is caught downfield by Harrison. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the ground, it's Jarquez Hunter. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Goff. A short throw caught by Andrews. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
19 yards. That's good for the Steelers. First down.
Now Goff. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Play action. It's Goff. Wide open receiver complete. 2nd and a couple.
A pickup of 18 yards. Brings up 2nd down. At the
Goff.
13-yard line.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Josh Downs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get it in?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run here to throw the Longhorn with it. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Off the option, it's Jones. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And 6.
Now Murray. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Murray now running right on the option. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
It's now
2nd and 6.
At the Steelers' 40-yard line.
To throw, it's Murray. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Yards on the play. That's another Baltimore first down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Ravens at 500, sitting at 5-5. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11.
To throw is Murray. He'll try and do this himself. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 2nd down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. And inside give to Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. Back to throw, Goff. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And the Steelers first down.
This is Hunter. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's 3rd down.
Hunter trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
You have to figure with this offense on 2nd and inches, they're in ideal shape, but then they end up getting an incompletion, a run stuffed on 3rd and inches, and you look around and say, how did it become 4th down?
They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Up the middle, Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now from Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, Murray. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Murray on the sneak. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Baltimore first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
Murray now to throw. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
Murray's pass intended for
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Goff. Connecting over the middle with Downs. 3rd and 2.
Josh Downs. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd.
To throw is Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Steelers first down. A gain of 15. First down, Steelers.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. To the air again. Gone. Over the middle, Harrison. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now gone. And a quick throw here that's complete. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the 50, it's gone. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Play fake. Murray. Throw outside, caught by Laporta. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
14 yards. That's good for a Baltimore.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And now off to the races down the right side. Calvin Ridley. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country or any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Steelers 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll run it with Hunter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
Out of the gun. Goff. That complete to Downs. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Mark Andrews, 36 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
They'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray now. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. To the sideline and incomplete. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Goff. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Goff now to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good for a Steelers.
Here's Goff. And this taken in by Downs. Now a 2nd and 6.
Josh Downs. 4 yards on the pickup.
Goff throwing again. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Goff. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Goff. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Hunter. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Jarquez Hunter with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now Murray. This is Lazard with a catch out left.
Complete to Alan Lazard. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and
A final shot before half from Murray. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Dances by him. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Brings up second and 11 at the 40.
Murray going to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Brings up third and 9.
From the gun, Murray. He'll try and do this himself. Murray, strong running. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Baltimore first down.
Off the option, it's Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Baltimore first down.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Brings up third and goal.
Murray now to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Harold Landry with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. But backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Murray. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Give to Jones. Able to slither by. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes a little tread left on the tires.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Baltimore, 1st down.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Terrell Bernard is in on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
At the 18-yard line.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has, and that offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start with a run by Tracy. Dancing away at the 30. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Here's Hunter. Oh, able to avoid him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Steelers, 1st
In motion right, that's Harrison.
31 yards. First down.
Again on the ground with Hunter. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
They're on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd and 9 here.
A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd.
Goff now looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A 34-yard attempt.
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yard on the stop. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 4.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Here's Murray. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Off the option, it's Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. George Pickens, 39 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it, we got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Goff now looking to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing range, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Tracy trying the right side.
And different running back, same result as they stop him behind the line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw, it's Murray.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now a
first down carry by Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
Up the middle, Johnson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
An inside give to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Murray off play action. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Gone. That complete to Downs. 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15.
This is Hunter. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Goff. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Ravens offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Off the option, it's Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 89 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Again, it's Jones. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow give the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So Jared Goff in the offense. Down by 11. A minute 11 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Steelers.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. Connecting with Andrews. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's
To the air again. Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll come up first and 10 here.
That's good for the Steelers.
To throw is Goff. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Here comes second down.
Greg Woodson there defensively.
Goff now to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's third down. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
32.
So a crucial two-point conversion there, but that's just part one of this two-part story that they need to happen here.
Yeah, they do need to do a few other things, don't they? They got the two, as you noted. Now they've got to make sure they get the onside kick and hope to get into field goal range and maybe have one last miracle left.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's more than a two-part story. It's a three- or four-part story.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Baltimore, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.